Welcome. Let's take a quiet journey together, not to some far-off place, but inward, into the incredible landscape of your own mind. It's a place of focus, of awareness, and, you'll see, of amazing potential. So, let's begin.
You know that feeling, right? When you're so deep into a story or so lost in a song that everything else just melts away, time gets a little weird, and it's not like you're asleep or zoned out. Actually, it's the opposite. Your focus is absolutely razor sharp.
Well, that feeling right there, that is the doorway. That's the key to understanding what hypnosis really is. See, it's not some strange, mystical thing that someone does to you. It's a natural ability you already have. It's a state of mind you probably visit every single day without even thinking about it.
Okay, so if that common feeling of being in the zone is the doorway, what's on the other side? Let's step through and get a clearer picture. What exactly are we talking about when we say clinical hypnosis? So, that's the official clinical definition. It sounds a bit academic, I know, but the most important words in there are increased receptivity. This is crucial. It isn't about being controlled, not at all. It's about opening a channel to your own mind, a state where you're just more willing to explore new ideas and helpful possibilities.
And this is where we need to clear the air about some of the biggest myths out there. People hear hypnosis and they think mind control. Nope. It's really just focused attention. They think you lose consciousness, that you're out of it. It's actually the opposite. It's a state of heightened awareness. And in a clinic, it's definitely not some stage trick. It's a real collaboration, a therapeutic partnership.
And that partnership, wow, it can lead to some truly powerful, real-world results. This isn't just theory. The Mayo Clinic, for example, talks about how it's used to help people manage incredibly tough things, from chronic pain to changing habits that have been there for years. It's a practical tool for creating real positive change.
So how does a therapist actually guide someone into this state? To really get that, you have to know about one person in particular, Dr. Milton H. Erickson. He was a true pioneer in the field, and his approach, well, it was less of a rigid science and more of a beautiful art form.
Just listen to this quote for a second. Notice the words he chooses: intelligent guidance and intelligently accept. There's so much respect in that idea. The hypnotist isn't some puppet master barking orders. They're a guide, simply pointing out a path and then honoring the unique way each person walks it. And this was his genius. He didn't try to fight a person's personality or their resistance. Instead, he would use whatever they brought into the room with them, their memories, their worries, even their skepticism. He saw all of it as the raw material to build the experience. It works with you, not on you.
This whole collaborative, respectful approach really comes down to one thing: the subtle and incredibly powerful language of suggestion. Here's a classic example of how that works, something called an ideomotor response. The guide might just invite you to focus on an idea, say, a feeling of lightness in your hand, like imagining tiny helium balloons tied to your fingers. You don't try to lift your hand, you just get curious about the feeling. And then, you might notice the hand starts to feel a little tingly, a little floaty. And then, all on its own, it can begin to rise. And that's the absolute key to all of this. A hypnotic suggestion isn't an order. It's not, lift your hand. It's an invitation. It's a gentle, what if? It's a question posed to your unconscious mind, allowing it to discover the answer. It's all about discovery, not obedience. So, what happens when you accept that invitation? Where do you go? What does it actually feel like to be in that inner world we call a trance? Listen to this description from one of Erickson's own cases. It's just fascinating. A woman is in a deep trance, her hand is floating in the air, and to her, it was perfectly reasonable to just look at it and wonder, whose hand is that? Her own hand had become this separate object of calm, detached curiosity. What that shows us is that the world of a trance has its own logic, its own rules, and to the person experiencing it, it's just as real as our waking world. Ordinary reality becomes, well, fluid. And inside that fluid state, your inner landscape can shift in profound ways, opening you up to totally new perspectives and forgotten insights. But of course, every journey has an end. You don't stay in that world forever. And in hypnosis, the destination is always a gentle, easy return to your normal, everyday awareness. And here is the beautiful part. You don't come back from this journey empty-handed. It's not about escaping something, it's about what you gain. You return with this direct, personal proof that you, yes,
You have the ability to guide your own focus, to access a state of deep calm, and to connect with your own inner wisdom. So, as we come back from this little exploration of ours, it all leads to one simple question. Having seen what's possible, where will you choose to direct your awareness right now, in this very next moment?
Because in the end, that's the greatest takeaway. Your awareness isn't just a flashlight you point at things. It's your anchor. It holds you in the present moment. And learning that you get to choose where to place that anchor, well, that is a quiet and very profound kind of power.